Hey everyone, doing a little catch-up video on a couple of things I'm working on, and one of them is just that VW bike. I kind of went through it, and I didn't go crazy on it, just did my best to clean it up. I was going to tear it down, paint the frame and all that, but I got lazy. But she came out pretty good. I'm still waiting on a brake lever that I need for the handlebars. Still got the cable hanging. But other than that, it's running fine. I'm going to go to the camp this weekend, and I'm going to bring the bike up and just do a little bit of trail riding with it. And they didn't make a seat cover for it. There's a company on eBay that sells covers for like 30 bucks. They're real cheap. Yeah, of course they have the the seam right where it kind of needs and tucks down. But so and behold, they don't make it. So I made one out of some material I had laying around, and that's what we got. So that's that guy. But kind of what I'm really making the video on, I've been watching everybody else's videos, working on their cars and their trucks and metal work, and of course I had this pig I did a bunch of videos on a while ago. It's a E150 Ford van. It is a Pathfinder, Quigley, how you even forget, conversion that I started doing a bunch of metal work on, and it's been sitting here for about a year now. Do a battery charger on it. We're gonna let that charge up for a few minutes, and we'll try to get that thing started and do a little walk around. One other thing, I'm gonna move them around. This has to get out of the front yard. I want to park that in that spot while I'm working on the van. The wife put me under strict rules that I'm not supposed to go past that tree. So I gotta move that thing out of there. But the boat, took the boat off, cleaned it up real good. I think I maybe even showed the boat itself being cleaned, but the trailer needed to be addressed, so I took the boat off and had some enamel paint in the garage laying around, painted her up, kind of cleaned up fairly nicely, and so did the boat, and I put it out for sale, and it sold. So made a few bucks on that, which is nice. Free up another parking spot too. The only other thing I did with it, I was missing a lens on one of the brake lights, and the wood that was underneath the boat was shot. So we grabbed a 2x4 when I was at the property and kind of stuffed it underneath there to hold it level. I just took those guys and cut them up, and then I had a little bit of a carpet underlayment. This stuff, just kind of stapled that on there to give it some good cushion. So that'll be leaving tomorrow, and let's go see what the van does. It's only been on the charger for about 15 minutes. I had ordered all the sheet metal on this thing, and I did the quarter on the other side. As you can see, this thing is just, it's roached pretty good. That's the hardware bag for the winch. Oh, it smells so good in here. Oh, look, a pile of crap in here. These quarters and I got switch hands. That don't sound good. Let's see if we still have the connection on the battery. Nope. There we go. Well, we let that set for a second, and kind of show what we got. The Rick Fix. I was talking to him about, I use what's called Cleco pins. You see these little holes that are in here, and you just drill like an 1/8 inch hole to set the panel on there. Check out, I got weeds growing up inside it. That hasn't been here a while. But I use those to kind of fit the panels, and you put like 1 or 2 of them in there. You can kind of fudge around and see what you like. You see that? All right, nuts on this thing. Again, if this thing was a regular van, I wouldn't have bothered with it. But just because it's a 4x4, and the fact that it gets 10 miles to the gallon. We got a bunch of tins. Here's the corners. Here's the rocker for the driver's side, and here's the quarter panel for the driver's side. And I got a bunch of, there was a conversion van that was for sale, in a junkyard rather, that I had stolen a bunch of the window curtains and rods out of, so at some point I'll go and kind of fix those up. But it's pretty neat, especially with the dogs. It gives you plenty of room. Again, with gas being $3.60 a gallon, it is a bit of a pig, but it's kind of a neat rig. I had been grabbing different doors and all too from the junkyard and putting them on. But as you can see, this thing is, it looks like a pisser special, doesn't it? Kinda. Yeah. And if you look, you can see right here, I could just take this whole thing and just rip it right off. Nice. Under the door. I had put front fenders on it and a hood about 5 years ago. As you can tell, this is a long, slow process. But on one fender, I rubbed oil on it. I think the other fender I rubbed grease. I don't remember which one was which. I kind of wanted to see which one acted like a undercoating and make it last the longest over the lifespan. And then I had written back and forth to the Rick Fix. They use an undercoating, I guess, up in Canada. That's more of a like a wax that you spray on. So I may go with that stuff. Let's see what we get. We ain't got shit. What we got? I think that battery may be done. Well, this is a cold start fail. How's that? I think I'm gonna let this thing sit for quite a while. And it was always a hard start anyway. It doesn't really start all that well. By the time you get fuel up into the car, it's a pain in the ass to get that air cleaner off. Put a lot of shot in her. Yeah. In any event, this is what we're gonna start jumping onto. So I said, commented on someone's video that watching all the metal work they're doing is kind of getting the itch back in me, and I'm kind of getting sick of working on, you know, riding mowers and stuff for people. So I need to do something that's a little on the fun side, and this will be it. Plus, it's another one that I could paint that I really don't have to be all that concerned about. Just another practice kind of deal. And this one I stopped working on because it just got too cold in the wintertime, and the thing's a high top. It just doesn't fit in my garage, so I have to kind of actually paint it out in the driveway out here, and we need to do that in the middle of the summertime. I do have a 67 bus in here. I kept going back and forth which one I wanted to do. I'd really love to do the bus, but the bus fits in my garage, so as the weather gets colder I can still work on that one. So that guy I'll just have to wait. Or if I'm real good, I'll get them both done. Alright, thanks for watching, and hopefully the next video I make is cutting some metal off this thing and seeing what we can do. Take care.